Kabul is more than the capital of Afghanistan. It is the country's largest city, its political center, and one of the most important urban spaces in the wider region between Central Asia and South Asia. Today, more than 5 million people are estimated to live there, making it Afghanistan's dominant city in both population and influence. But Kabul's importance is not only modern. For thousands of years, it has sat in a place where mountains, rivers, trade routes, armies, languages, and empires all met. To understand Kabul, you have to see it as both a city and a crossroads, a high-altitude capital shaped by geography, history, culture, conflict, and survival. The city lies in eastern Afghanistan, inside Kabul province and Kabul district. It sits in a narrow valley within the Hindu Kush mountain range, one of Asia's great mountain systems. At roughly 1,791 meters above sea level, or about 5,876 feet, Kabul is one of the highest capital cities in the world. This altitude matters. It affects climate, movement, settlement, and defense. The Kabul River runs through the city, adding another layer to its geography. Mountains have both protected Kabul and constrained it. The valley setting made the city strategically valuable, but it also meant urban growth had to push into limited space, contributing to dense expansion as the population increased. Modern Kabul is administratively divided into 5 zones and 22 municipal districts. Its rapid urbanization has made it what geographers call a primate city, meaning it dominates the national urban system far more than any other city in the country. Government institutions, cultural life, markets, universities, media, and economic activity are heavily concentrated there. This makes Kabul powerful, but also vulnerable. When political crises affect Kabul, the effects are felt across Afghanistan. When people migrate from rural provinces for work, safety, education, or services, Kabul often becomes the destination. The city's growth is therefore not just a story of construction, but of national pressure gathering in one urban center. Kabul's native population primarily speaks Persian, locally known as Persian Dari, using regional Dari dialects and a recognizable Kabuli accent. Language is one of the city's strongest cultural markers. Because Kabul has long been a political and cultural center, its speech patterns, literature, music, and public life have influenced broader Afghan identity. The city has never belonged to only one community or one era. It has absorbed people, ideas, and customs from many directions. Its location encouraged exchange, and its status as a capital amplified that exchange. In Kabul, language and culture reflect the wider history of Afghanistan itself, layered, diverse, and shaped by contact across regions. The oldest areas of Kabul sit near the historic core of the city. Neighborhoods such as Bala Hisar, De Afghanan, and Murad Khani connect modern Kabul to its deeper urban past. These areas are important because they show that Kabul was not simply created as a modern capital. It grew through centuries of settlement, fortification, trade, and administration. Bala Hisar, for example, is associated with the idea of high defensive ground, a reminder that cities in strategic valleys often needed protection. Murad Khani reflects the city's old urban fabric, with traditional architecture and historic streets. In these places, Kabul's past is not abstract. It is built into the city's layout. Kabul is believed to be more than 3,500 years old. It was mentioned during the time of the Achaemenid Persian Empire, placing it within one of the ancient world's major imperial systems. Its survival across such a long span is remarkable, because many ancient settlements disappeared or became minor towns. Kabul remained relevant because of where it stood. It was not isolated. It lay in a zone where routes from Persia, Central Asia, and the Indian subcontinent could connect. Over time, that position made it useful to merchants, rulers, soldiers, and travelers. The city's age is therefore not just a number. It reflects continuous strategic value. Kabul's location made it a key destination on the ancient Silk Road network. It has often been described as a meeting point between Tartary, Hindustan, and Persia. In simple terms, that means Kabul linked worlds, the steppe and Central Asian regions to the north, the Indian subcontinent to the southeast, and Persianate lands to the west. Goods could move through these routes, but so could religions, languages, technologies, military strategies, and artistic styles. Kabul's identity was shaped by movement. It became important not because it was at the edge of history, but because it sat in the middle of several histories at once. Because of this strategic position, Kabul was claimed or influenced by many empires. The list is long: Achaemenid, Seleucid, Greco-Bactrian, Mauryan, Kushan, Samanid, Ghaznavid, Ghorid, Khwarezmian, Timurid, and others. Each power saw value in controlling routes, cities, and mountain passages. Kabul's history is therefore not a straight line from one kingdom to another. It is a sequence of overlapping imperial worlds. Some brought administrative systems, others military rule, cultural patronage, or religious influence. The repeated contest over Kabul shows a central fact: whoever controlled this valley held a gateway between regions that powerful states wanted to reach. In the 16th century, Kabul became especially important to the Mughal Empire, whose rulers used it as a summer capital. This tells us something about both climate and status. Compared with hotter lowland regions, Kabul's mountain setting made it attractive during warmer months. As a Mughal center, it prospered and gained significance. Later, after Nader Shah's invasion of India, Kabul briefly came under Afsharid control. In 1747 it became part of the Durrani Empire, a major turning point in Afghan history. Then, in 1776, during the reign of Timur Shah Durrani, Kabul became the capital of Afghanistan. From that point, its national role became fixed. The 19th century brought Kabul into direct conflict with British imperial ambitions during the First and Second Anglo-Afghan Wars. British forces briefly occupied the city, but Kabul was never simply a passive prize. Afghanistan's geography, politics, and resistance made foreign control difficult. The city's experience during these wars reflects a larger pattern in Afghan history. Outside powers often viewed Kabul as the key to influence, but holding the capital did not automatically mean controlling the country. Mountains, local loyalties, tribal networks, and political complexity made Afghanistan hard to dominate. Kabul stood at the center of these struggles, symbolizing both state authority and resistance to outside power. Kabul is also known for gardens, palaces, and historic landscapes. Sites such as Arg, Baghi Babar, Baghi Bala, Chahil Sultan, Dar al-Aman, and Tajbeg reveal another side of the city. They show Kabul as a place of political ceremony, leisure, architecture, and memory. Baghi Babar, linked to the Mughal world, reflects the garden traditions that connected Kabul to wider Persianate and South Asian cultures. Palaces like Dar al-Aman and Tajbeg point to attempts at modernization and state building. These landmarks matter because they complicate the image of Kabul. The city is not only a battlefield or capital. It is also a place of beauty, design, and ambition. In the second half of the 20th century, Kabul entered a very different chapter. For a time, it became a stop on the hippie trail, the overland route followed by many Europeans traveling towards South Asia. During this period, Kabul gained the nickname Paris of Central Asia, suggesting a city remembered for relative calm, openness, and cultural charm. But that tranquility did not last. In 1978, the Sour Revolution transformed Afghan politics. In 1979, Soviet military intervention triggered the decade-long Soviet-Afghan War. Kabul became a capital under enormous pressure, caught between ideological conflict, foreign intervention, and internal resistance. The 1990s were devastating. After the Soviet withdrawal and the collapse of the old order, factions of the disbanded Afghan Mujahideen fought a civil war that destroyed much of Kabul. The city's neighborhoods, infrastructure, and civilian life suffered heavily. In 1996, the Taliban captured Kabul. In 2001, after the United States-led invasion, the city fell to the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. For 2 decades, Kabul experienced reconstruction, rapid growth, insecurity, international presence, and fragile state building. Then in 2021, after the United States withdrew, the Taliban recaptured the city. Kabul again became the center of a new political reality. Today, Kabul remains Afghanistan's largest city and central seat of power, with Maulawi Abdul Rashid serving as mayor. Its story cannot be reduced to a single identity. Kabul is ancient and modern, damaged and enduring, local and international. It is a city of Persian Dari voices, mountain neighborhoods, royal gardens, imperial memories, revolutionary trauma, and rapid urban growth. Its position in a high valley made it strategically valuable for thousands of years, but its people made it a living capital. Kabul's history is ultimately a story of continuity under pressure, a city repeatedly conquered, rebuilt, redefined, and still central to Afghanistan's future. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.